because getting your first job, you get your first intro, you have all these preconceived ideas about how work's going to go, and then you get it in actuality. When I started, you have all these ideas of what's it going to be like. Okay, everybody knows everything. How am I going to know everything? How do I learn everything so I can do all the work that I'm doing? And I think for me, that was a little bit too much pressure I was putting on myself, because you realize that not everyone, knows everything about what they're doing, or knows exactly how to get their task done. And there's like a lot of like vagueness or figuring stuff out, that at the beginning of my career I was very nervous about, because it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. They're going to figure out that I don't know how to do this, and then all of a sudden they're going to get like fired or whatever's going to happen. And that's not really at all how it goes. And it was nice to learn that, you're going to run into so many situations where you don't know how to do something, and that's kind of okay. That's the point, is you don't know how to do it, and then you figure it out. And it helps to ask people. That's always the best thing, is to ask people, because they might know or they might not know, but it helps you whittle down how you figure out that answer. And I think that was something that I struggled with at the beginning, is kind of being okay with not knowing something, and reaching out to people. And especially at the beginning of your career, everybody wants to help out. And so if you come to them with a question, people feel like are so excited to help out, because I'm guessing for them, it's, hey, I get a chance to, tell someone how to do something. It's, it helps them as just as much as it helps you. So that was one of the things that I didn't expect going in, was how open people would be to helping you out, and how it's better, that you ask those questions than not. And so after I learned that, it really helped me to grow and get a little bit more confidence in my job, especially in the day-to-day. So before, in my previous jobs, it was kind of, hey, Stevie, you have this task. Can you do this? And it's like, yeah, I got it. And I do the task and I hand them, they're like, yeah, this is great. Whereas now it's kind of, I'm given a task, but then I'm also like, part of that is doing the technical work, but then also, how can I do this better? And then how can we do this better? How should we be doing this? Which is a little bit different way of looking at the work that you've been doing. And I've had a little bit of experience of that with some of the friends that I've made, and just talking about the work that we do, that you start to think about, oh, wow, if you're doing it like that, maybe I should. And you start thinking like that a little bit.
That's another thing I wish someone had told me. They'll teach you what you need to know at your job. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Your degree is fine. Your qualifications are fine. You went to school, you're going to graduate. When you start work, they'll teach you what they need you to know. So you don't need to show up knowing everything. They'll teach you. They need you to know something, they'll show you how to do it. If you need to know how to, whatever, figure out something, they'll show you how. Every company even does it differently. So you don't have to stress out about knowing everything before you start a job. The fact that they hire you means that you know enough for them, and then they'll teach you the rest. During my first internship, I remember being at my first meeting with everyone on the team that I was working on. And I remember, I swear to God, I think 1 out of 5 words that they were saying, I couldn't understand. And I remember like taking notes on my computer, like writing every single thing that they would say. And I'd be like, literally, I don't understand most of what they're talking about. And then I would run out. I would go like look up all the words and be like, what is this? What is that? And like literally like write definitions on my notes, come back to the meeting and be like, I knew this all along. When that's stupid. Like, you don't need to do that. They'll tell you. If you don't know something, you can Google it, or you can say, hey, what is this? They'll be happy to tell you. It's a struggle, but honestly, you'll get there. I was so scared about working because I felt like my whole life I had been a student. I didn't know how real life was going to be. It's really not bad. At first, you're freaking out because you don't know what you're doing, and it's definitely a rhythm that you have to get into, and it's not the same types of relationships that you have in college, and you have to learn, how to be a professional person and how to talk professionally, and when's the right time to say something, when it's not the right time. There's definitely a balance, but it's so much easier than people psych themselves out to think, like myself when I was in college. Like most people don't know what they're doing at the beginning, and then you'll get some experience, and then you'll know what you're doing, and then you'll realize this is also easy. Like not work itself, but real life, a job. Like it's everyone does it. It's not that crazy. You'll be okay.